What is up, everybody? This is Lyle, No Hippie Trucking and Transportation, coming at you from the new Loves off of the 840 in right outside Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Had to get here early to get a spot. This place does get packed up pretty early. And what I wanted to kind of talk about was communication with your fleet manager. Now, I'm going to talk about just this specific case, and I'm probably going to do more videos on this because I think if I try to make a video on communicating with your fleet manager in general, it can drag on and on and on. So I just want to talk about this particular load right here. Before I get into that, I want to talk about how this slow ass truck cost me a parking spot last night. I was so pissed off at that. I'm coming through, I pick up a load, it takes longer than I want to get loaded, and I'm getting on the road like 7 o'clock at night. So driving, and I really didn't need to take the load out that far. I really just wanted to pick up the load and shut down, but it looked like everything around me was kind of packed up. Well, plus I was a ways away from most of these truck stops, but everything near was kind of packed up. So I had like 7 hours on my clock, so I'm thinking, you know what, I'll just drive and I'm sure I'll find something within 7 hours. So I want to hit this rest area, and I'm doing my 65 right now because I'm trying to find someplace early. And maybe about a mile before the rest area, a truck passes me up, pulls into the rest area, and takes the last damn spot. I was pissed off. I mean, it worked out in the end, but I really wanted to shut down. I was a little bit tired, plus, you know, I was concerned about the parking. So I remembered along this route I was going to come across a Petro in Racine, Virginia. So I did end up getting a spot there, and even that place, which is usually got some room in it, was pretty packed up by the time I hit that truck stop. It was about 10 o'clock at night, and that place was even getting packed. So I did go an extra 100 miles to get to that location. So in the end, it worked out. But let's talk about communication and why you need to communicate. I think a lot of people don't really communicate with their fleet managers and assume their fleet manager is going to know what their intentions are. So this load I'm on right now can deliver anytime tomorrow between 00:01 and midnight. I'm coming into the Nashville, Tennessee, Murfreesboro, Tennessee area, and it's about 2:30 o'clock in the afternoon when I plan on parking. I know my fleet manager could possibly think, since I'm getting so close to this truck stop, I'm within, 80 miles of this truck stop, that my intentions might be, or not truck stop, delivery, but my intentions might be to drop this load off. So he might be looking to send me a load immediately, or send me a pre-plan that's gonna pick up that same day, possibly from the same location. I didn't want to pick up a load. I had about I would have had, by the time I delivered the load, and I would have probably had about 2 hours and 30 minutes on my clock. I definitely have got loads put on me with less time than that, and I really didn't want that to happen. I didn't want to pick up or drop off my load and immediately turn around and pick up another load and have to get looking for a truck stop in the Tennessee area or anywhere in that vicinity. So I sent an email. I say email like we're in the 21st century in trucking. I sent a message to my fleet manager and said, I plan on dropping this load off at the 90 between 0700 and 0900 tomorrow morning. So that does a couple things. It takes me off the radar. You can focus on other drivers, whatever. Plus, I don't have to worry about, I'm already in relaxation mode where I think I'm gonna hit a truck stop and get a good long night's sleep. So it keeps me from having to worry about him throwing something on me. So I sent that message to him. He said 10-4. And right before I did this video, he sent me a load, right? Perfect load for what I wanted to do. So I have till midnight to drop this load off. My next load I can pick up tomorrow, anytime between 17:30 and 23:59. So I'm picking it up at the same place. It's going, and this isn't part of the thing, I'm just telling you about the load. It's going to Shelbyville, Indiana, right where I love to be, in that Indiana, Ohio, Illinois area, all that kind of stuff. 281 miles, and it pays better than the high value load I just had. $917 for 280 miles. So let's say it's 300 miles. So it's still $3 a mile on a short load. Delivers at 0400 in the morning. Why do I like 0400 in the morning? I get there, drop the load, still have some time on my clock, pick up a real load, or load real quick, and be able to probably shut down early on in the day. So communicate with your fleet managers, because they do not know what your intentions are. Another case that this happened, I was with I don't believe in dropping off loads at midnight or 0300, all that kind of stuff. To me, it just doesn't make sense, especially if you don't have a clock. So I was in training, had one of my trainees on the truck, and we posted up about, or I took a 30-minute break. About, if you guys are familiar with Baker, California, it's about an hour and a half outside of Ontario and all that stuff. Sent a message to my fleet manager and said, I plan on dropping this load at 06 to 0800 tomorrow morning, unless there's a reason for me to drop early. So he comes back to me, tells me, you know what, there's a load in Fontana going to New Jersey. Drop at the Fontana yard ASAP and pick up that load. Now, if we not communicated that, I might have just shut down there and had him wondering, what my intentions were. So I just think anytime I'm doing something where I think there might be some gray area, I'm going to communicate with him. And a lot of times it's going to be more on your drop-in hooks or things like that. It's not going to be normally on a standard load. I will tell him if I'm dropping a load and it's getting late in the evening and I don't want to battle for parking, or if my hours are kind of slim, I don't want to load, or, I'll tell him if I'm ready for a load. Majority of times that works. My last little stint in New Jersey didn't work that well, but that wasn't, I don't know what the situation was on that. I just basically told him to get me out of there, and it took a while to get a pre-plan. So actually, you know what, the communication did work. If you don't get me a load in the next 10 minutes, I'm headed back to the truck stop and then make my availability 0800 tomorrow morning. And that's what happened. So I think a lot of people think that the trucking industry is a transactional industry, and the more that you can bring like personal, the more personal you make this business, I think the better it becomes. Anyway, I don't want to keep rambling on and on and on, but just want to throw that out there. So I got a gift, you know what I'm saying? So, and I don't have to get a washout or anything. Drive down there, drop off this load. I'll probably get there about, well, let me take a look at it. So I can drop it between, or I can pick up the next load. Let's just use regular time, 5:30 to midnight. It's going 300 miles, so let's just say 5-6 hours at the longest. So 6, so 4, 3, 2, 1, 12, 11, 10. So I'd probably want to be on the road just in case 9 o'clock, something like that. Lollygag around. I haven't checked to see if there's overnight parking at this Kroger or not, but yeah, I'll be sleeping in till a good at least 5 o'clock. Well, I don't know, man. I just don't know how early I want to get down there. I don't know. I'll be able to sleep in. I'm not setting my alarm or none of that stuff tomorrow morning. It's gonna be a good day. Anyway, just wanted to kind of throw that out there. It was on my mind. If you haven't checked out one of Travis Kinley's last videos, just type in Travis Kinley if you're not familiar with his channel. And I'm not exactly sure what he titled the video, but it was talking about money and stuff like that. Basically, the premise of the video was the quicker you make the money, the faster you'll lose it, or something along those lines. And I was thinking about doing a video on it, but it didn't really come into trucking all that much. But when I was in the mortgage industry, I did 2 loans for people that had hit the lottery. And they should have been set up for life. And one of the people was ended up refinancing their paid off home because they'd ran out of money. And they were a little bit older at this point. And then the other couple I did a loan for, they were coming to the end of their annuity. They took the yearly payout, and they were coming up on one of their last few years. And I did 2 loans for them. They'd refinance their house twice to pay taxes on the income that they had the previous year. So yeah, I think I think he was correct. A lot of times, the easier the money comes, the faster you could lose it. Anyway, I do appreciate you guys stopping by No Hippie Trucking and Transportation. Comment, subscribe, and I'm out.